was here. Earth, salute the truth and the prophecy. I got loyalty, got royalty inside
this is
my
why
DNA.
I say that hip-hop has done more damage to young African Americans in recent years.
I never bet my DNA. This is my heritage, all I'm inheriting. Money and power, the maker emeritus. Tell me something, you can't tell me nothing. I'd rather do than to listen to you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Thank you, Larry. With the distinctive pirate ship in the north end zone, we can only be in one place, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They run again with Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They run with Ajayi. Ajayi a first down and more. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. Again, they run with Sims. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the gun, Winston. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Winston and Humphries connecting there for a Tampa Bay first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll run it again with Sims. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An update from Buffalo. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Carolina getting set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
2nd down following the run. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down. And a wildcat formation here. Here we go with McCaffrey. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it. is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
Winston into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sterling Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Yeah, making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
First down, this is McCaffrey. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now it's Ajayi, and he'll take this one down to the 36. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. And getting a look at the Wildcat here. Here's Ajayi. Ajayi, a first down and more. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Rivers going to try and sneak it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jay Ajayi with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, this is Micah Hyde. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield, because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
Fresh set of downs here. Here's Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A first down throw for Winston. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Working out of the gun, Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception here, Rivers completes it to Lee. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Rivers. It's caught by Moncrief. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So we come up, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Reminder, a couple of good games still to come. Later tonight, it's the Steelers on the road in Detroit taking on the Lions. Then Monday night, the costumes will be in full force in Kansas City, I'm sure, as on the day before Halloween, we'll see the Chiefs play host to their AFC West rivals, the Broncos.
And wasn't it just a couple years ago, those two played a night game that was won by the Broncos on a fumble return with like 20 seconds to go?
Absolutely, that was a thriller. So the offense has it 1st and 10. So this is not the QB here. They're going to do a direct snap out of the Wildcat. This is Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the gun, Rivers. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he is out of of bounds inside the 30. A nice gain at 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, 83 yards. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jay Ajayi works his way back onto the field. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
And he's right there on the doorstep now. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Play clock winding down, and he'll give it here to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And the quarterback won't take the snap here. This is the Wildcat look. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Stewart on first down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Defense likely bringing, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Panthers add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run by Jay Ajayi. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Justin Houston in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. But pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just 1 behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners, they gave up a lot of big plays.
He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
3rd and long for Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And now running right through it. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And that'll set them back 5. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Ready, go.
First down, Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jameis again. It's caught. Humphreys. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Again, it's Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Now a second down throw for Winston. Runs through the contact. And the pressure gets to him again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. So the D-line's going to spread out. Third and goal, Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by James Bradbury.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And the quarterback is actually split out wide there in the Wildcat. They'll begin the drive with Ajayi. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Rivers here to throw. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Finds a seam inside the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Jay Ajayi, 52 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing, Winston. He's got Evans. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on 2nd and 10 now. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. He gets it to Humphreys. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Carolina, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll head back home next week.